This is the Ringer Gambling Show presented by FanDuel, and the NFL is officially back. So if you're going to be in it with FanDuel. They've got the goods, futures, live betting, SGPs, your way bets, all of it. The app's clean, it's fast, and yeah, when you win, you get paid instantly, which is nice because Sunday patience doesn't exist. So get your bets in, build something bold, and make every game feel bigger. Download the FanDuel app or head to FanDuel.com/gamblers to get started. The Ringer is committed to responsible gaming. Please visit rg-help.com to learn more about the resources and helplines available and listen to the end of the episode for additional details. Must be 21 plus and present in select states or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Paid endorsement. Time for the Mulligan. And fellas, I'm not giving a week 2 pick for the Mulligan. I'm not. And I know you have one, Joe House, that we were together on, and I'm going to let you make the case. But the Mulligan I want is something that we hit on earlier. I was really out on the Indianapolis Colts. I was out. And I am now willing to say after 2 weeks, I think I made a big boo-boo. I do. Because what I underestimated, there's a lot more talent on that team. Skill position standpoint, Warren is the real deal. Not as good as they've been on the offensive line in the past, but solid nonetheless. And Anarumo is basically Buddy Ryan compared to what they had with Gus Bradley. And you know I love some Staten Island Lou. And I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to play 17 games. Injuries obviously have been a concern for him throughout his career. But I have 8.5 and I have 7.5 for the Colts. That's the Mulligan. I don't think I'm getting there. I think they're going to be a winning team this season. So I know I'm going off the beaten path with week 2. House, there is one, though, that definitely fits the bill that you and I were on together. And I didn't want to steal your thunder. So I had to throw that in there. Give us your Mulligan for week 2.
Were you on the Jets also?
Yeah, not in the Ringer 107, thankfully.
Thank
but
God.
my hard-earned American dollars were on the Jets.
Yeah.
And talk about what a stupid pick that was. House, we overreacted to what we saw in week 1. We were suckers. I admit it. You and me both, bro. We were suckers.
You know what? It turns out that the Pittsburgh defense is trash. That's the true culprit here. Because the Jets were able to establish the run, and they ran the football down the Steelers' throats, and that was the thing that felt like, okay, we can hang our hat on the idea that the Jets will play a ball control kind of offense. They'll run the football. That will keep them in the game because it'll make the clock run. And it won't let the Bills get out and just do Bills things. It won't let Josh Allen just get out there and get explosive after explosive against a Jets defense. Look, the handicap in coming into that Buffalo Jets game was not that the Jets defense was going to stop anybody. We didn't think that. But we thought that the Jets would be able to establish an offensive rhythm that was akin to the success they had against the Steelers. That was wrong. And, Bill Simmons said that he's going to ask FanDuel to put in a little voice modulator when you take the bet, the Jets against somebody like Josh Allen, the voice pops up. Are you sure you want to make that bet? You want to bet the Jets against Josh Allen? And I second that motion. I really would. Let's talk to FanDuel about that one.
So the only thing that kept me off of that game was when I looked at my model. My model had that game Bills -10.
Well, your model was right, and me and House were wrong. Okay, and the market was wrong.
The struggle for me is sometimes your model will be so far off market that you don't know if you're wrong or they're wrong. And I mean, this was one of those times. And a lot of times, to start the season, these books want to take a conservative approach. They don't want to come out here and have an NFL team laying 8, 9, 10. I mean, you saw it with Cleveland and Baltimore because I think, obviously Baltimore has proven themselves to be probably the best team in the league. But for the most part, it's very conservative. I mean, right now, obviously the Bills are 12.5. But those first couple of weeks of the year, you just don't see very high numbers historically. For me, I don't necessarily have a mulligan, but there's a team I really want to talk about, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles, 14th in EPA per play on offense. Jalen Hurts, 18th in EPA per play. I just I feel like I'm not going to say this team is fraudulent, but I want to put them on fraud watch
Okay.
because
Interesting. Okay.
in back-to-back games, I see an offense that's not really creative. I see an offense that's it just doesn't look like last year. Kevin Patullo might be the new Brian Johnson. And the way they won the first two games against the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs, the opposing teams had red zone turnovers as they're going to take the lead in the second half of those games. And those red zone turnovers, obviously the fumble in the Cowboys game, and then the interception where Kelsey drops the ball, those two turnovers are the reason why the Eagles are 2-0 right now. So until this offense gets more creative, I don't know if this is going to be the team that wins the Super Bowl. And I think we're looking at a team that's very similar to last year's Chiefs or similar to the Minnesota Vikings of years past, where they win all these one-score games and then eventually it catches up to them.
That's fine. They're still 2-0 to start the year. Interesting test for them. Very interesting game coming up in week 3. And speaking of Raheem, I wanted to ask the three of you before we welcome on Anthony DeBundo, the game that you are eyeing or the bet that you've already made or maybe you can't wait to make in week number 3. And on that note, Raheem, in week 3, Joe House, Raheem Palmer, guys, I can't wait to bet the Los Angeles Rams. In fact, spoiler alert, I've already bet the Los Angeles Rams. House, I'm a sucker for a revenge spot. The Rams should have won that game in Philadelphia last year. The weather played a role. They had an opportunity around the goal line. They were oh so close to winning that game outright. They're off to a tremendous start to the season. A lot of the narratives and questions surrounding Matthew Stafford's health and his overall well-being, I think were a little maybe blown out of proportion because House, he's been fine. The Rams have been fine. Devontae Adams looks good. And I think they're going into Philadelphia with a chip on their shoulder. I love them. Not only do I think they're covering the number, I think they're winning the game outright. I think the Rams are beating the Eagles.
JJ, I want to just urge caution.
Okay.
Here are the warning signs for the Rams. They have not been effective in the red zone. They can't establish the run. So they're throwing the football in the red zone. 10 straight passes inside the 10-yard line against the Tennessee Titans yesterday. And their inability to contain mobile quarterbacks was a little bit on display. The defense is good. I don't get me wrong. But if Jalen Hurts gets out and gets running, though that creates explosives for the Eagles. So that's the caution that I urge. But I understand your perspective. I don't have a different point of view. I just want you to hear the cautions.
Fair, and I appreciate the caution. That said, I saw that Ram defense give Jalen Hurts hell. Now, I know it was a snowstorm. That played a role. Raheem, I love the Rams in that spot. That's a bet I'm making in week 3. Is there anything that you have bet so far for week 3?
So that line was 4. It's now 3.5. That is a side that I was actually leaning towards. I'm actually right at 4, believe it or not. And this is a revenge spot for the Rams, obviously. But the one that stands out to me, and I know y'all going to hate this, Tennessee Titans plus 3.5 against the Indianapolis Colts.
No, I don't hate it at all. Make the case.
I think the time now is just to sell high on the Indianapolis Colts. I think this is the time to sell. You're going on the road. I mean, this is a team who they've played 2 straight home games. Let's see how they play on the road. And I'm pretty much at Indianapolis -1 or so. So the 3.5, I like what Cam Ward showed. I think he showed me something in that Rams game. I mean, ultimately it got away from them, but I think they should be able to cover this number. And then the other one that stands out to me is the Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears over 49. We know there hasn't been a lot of points in these NFL games, but this Cowboys defense is abysmal. And I think you could probably say the same thing about the Chicago Bears. So I think you're going to see a lot of points in that matchup. So those are the two that stand out for me. I probably had more going this week.
Yeah, of course. We will definitely have more going this week. Shocker. Dream and I both immediately go to the over in that Bears Dallas game. Like, I can't believe, like,
We didn't
literally,
talk
look
about
at
this
this.
either. It's so
Of course
crazy.
not. Of course not. I'm playing the Bears team total
Look at that
over.
chicken scratch right there.
Is
Show that off. Can you show that off one more time for
it's
people watching
my
on YouTube?
favorite bet. Right.
I love
I
it.
got it. It was 48.5. It might be already up to 49. I'm playing the Bears team total over 25. I mean, what we saw out of the secondary from Dallas. Now, look, this is it for me and the Bears and Ben Johnson. This is it. One
Oh
last
boy,
chance.
you're getting back into bed with that team. Good luck.
No, I'm not betting that. All I'm doing is
But you
betting the
need
total.
points. Well, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing. I
all.
don't know if I want to back them on points because of the quarterback. I
No
don't know.
circumstances will I do. Can I say anything laying point? None of that. No. But them scoring, I think this is the game where we finally see Ben Johnson in his bag a little bit because that Dallas secondary is hilarious. I do want to very quickly just say out loud, friends don't let friends bet on the Tennessee Titans. I just like
That's
that
fair.
team. Boy, I mean, that team showed us one half of football last week that looked like, I mean, against the Rams yesterday, that looked like competent football. I mean, the combination Cam Ward to the rookie
That play was
receiver,
ridiculous. That was the play of the day in the
Oh my
NFL, in my
God.
opinion.
the chemistry between them is excellent. It's cool. If you're a Titans fan, you're like, hey, we got something we can build on here. That team is so stupid. All they do is find ways to take away another 10 penalties, 13 penalties week 1, 10 penalties week 2. One of those penalties took away a punt return touchdown. They would have been in that game. They would have been live. I liked the Titans this week. I had them a bunch of different ways, but intend to self-defeat and self-destruct, and that is what they do. So I'll offer that caution. Another caution to my good friends.
The Ringer Gambling Show is brought to you by FanDuel. You ready to fire up your Saturdays? FanDuel's got a boost that you don't want to miss. It's called Boosting with the Boys, and it's giving everyone a college football profit boost every single week. So, college football card, this is going to be near and dear to my heart. Clemson's been awful to start the year. They shouldn't be laying 17.5 against anyone. My alma mater, Syracuse, historically, has played some close games with the Tigers. Let's hold our nose and take the Cuse plus 17.5. So here's how it works. Each week, we're giving everyone a profit boost to use on college football. No opt-in gymnastics, no invite-only nonsense. Everyone gets the boost. It's easy, fun, and only on FanDuel. So go to FanDuel.com/gamblers to download the app. Check out the Boosting with the Boys offer and get in on the action. Must be 21 plus and present in select states or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut.